Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us today. The Strolling of the Heifers Parade, Year 16 is here. I'm Tim Johnson from 96.7 TSA FM in Brattleboro.
And I'm Fish from iconic Rock 92.7. And as you can see, we are well underway here at the 16th annual Strolling of the Heifer Parade in downtown Brattleboro, Vermont.
And we want to also welcome Vermont PBS and VermontPBS.org, along with our Brattleboro Community TV Channel 8 and BrattleboroTV.org. As in back of us, the Brattleboro American Legion Band and Color Guard, 3 different national competitions they've won, directed by Ray Brown. It's Ray Brown of the Band of Renown. And here is the young lady who has made it all possible. Founder Orly Munzing with the Strolling of the Heifers banner. Mother Heifer has arrived.
There she is, Orly Munzing. I do miss her gold lame days, I will say. I do miss those greatly.
Well, it's more down to earth, more sedate this year.
I know. It's organic. It's all about organic.
And coming into view now is the Strolling of the Heifers float. In fact, the Strolling of the Heifers is a nonprofit organization. Their mission is connecting people with healthy local food, encouraging and facilitating innovation and entrepreneurship in the local farm food sector, and supporting development of stronger local food systems and healthy, sharing, connected, and resilient communities.
And coming up right behind them, of course, Green Mountain Creamery. This is this year's presenting sponsor, Green Mountain Creamery. Greek yogurt and Yo Yummy Kids is brought to you by Erman Commonwealth Dairy. This delicious, super creamy Greek yogurt is made right here in Brattleboro, Vermont. And as they say, born in Vermont, raised on good nature.
One of Brattleboro's better employers. And now coming into view is the Brattleboro Retreat's nationally known campaign of Stand Up to Stigma. The Retreat is a nonprofit regional specialty mental health and addiction treatment center founded in 1834. They have a full range of diagnostic and treatment services for individuals of all ages and their families. The Brattleboro Retreat is once again opening their grounds for the Slow Living Expo immediately following the parade. Food, goat races, entertainment, more food, kids' activities, and yes, more food. All available on the retreat grounds and on the Brattleboro Common. The Brattleboro Retreats.
Coming up right behind the Brattleboro Retreat, coming into our camera view here shortly, will be United Natural Foods, but we will let the retreat clear first. A lot of important messaging going on with the Brattleboro Retreat.
And you will see cows, both two-legged and four-legged, all kinds of different animals today.
UNFI is here. And it's here to connect food, people, and the planet. The people who founded UNFI did so because they believe everyone deserves access to healthy, sustainable food. UNFI believes that companies should contribute positively, be a good neighbor. UNFI operates to those core values, seeing the big picture and doing what's right.
Glad to have them in the area and in the parade.
For sure.
And coming up next is Brattleboro Memorial Hospital with healthcare services for over 100 years, a licensed 61-bed not-for-profit community hospital located in southern Vermont, serving a rural population of some 55,000 people in 22 towns. They have a partnership with CCV for a medical assistant program, a one-semester course, and this is their second year partnering with CCV. They offer 8 full scholarships to qualified candidates who will receive free tuition and be hired on completion of their course.
Right behind them, the Brattleboro Elementary School Band. This consists of students in the 5th and 6th grades from Academy, Oak Grove, and Green Street schools. The Brattleboro Elementary Band is all about music. Students will be dressed in various farm animals and play some tunes to get the crowd moving.
And of course, you'll notice now that in every parade there's a bit of a lag. That's because the animals are a little slow in getting down the pike. When they come into view, we'll tell you all about what they're about. There they are, St. Michael's School, Vermont's first Catholic school. They've been operating since 1874, and they're a thriving PK through 11th grade independent school in the heart of Brattleboro. Stop by, and they're home on Walnut Street. You can visit. At St. Michael's, everybody belongs. Everybody can dance to the beat of their own music, because that is the theme this year. You can dance to the music.
It's true. We haven't had a chance to talk about the theme of this year's Strolling.
That's right. Yet. And they also have a heifer involved. This year's guest heifer, named by the students, Ali Muya, who was born quite humbly on New Year's Eve of 2016. Father Justin Baker and Jim Boyd are giving the heifer the proper amount of spiritual guidance.
I love the name. I love the creativity.
Well, actually, the father put it out to the entire congregation and wanted to make sure that the name was properly done.
And I have to say they nailed it.
Well, obviously they did such a great job. Ali Muya is taking her time to walk up Main Street. In fact, a heifer is a female cow that has not yet given birth. It's kind of like the junior miss of cattle.
Okay. And does it remain a heifer until it gives birth?
Yes. And then after giving birth, you graduate to milking cow.
Right. Okay. All right. Good to know.
Oh, look at that.
There.
Now, way back in my high school days, as a member of the Brattleboro FFA, we had to actually draw by hand cow designs to give them to the Holstein Association Usa. When you register a cow, before all of the digital stuff came in, you had to do it by hand.
Oh, all right. And here they come.
Father, you're doing a great job. All right. SMS being St. Michael's School. And here we go.
All right, looks like we're getting back on track now. And this is the Molly Boyd farm that's coming up. That heifer's named Sophie. Born January 30th, 2017. Molly Boyd likes raising cattle, chickens in her backyard with her dad and mom. She also helps her dad at the dairy farm where he works.
That really has to be a great effort. Families have to be involved when you're a farmer.
Absolutely.
And look at this. We have the Heartland Cattle Club coming into view, a 4-H dairy group based in Heartland, Vermont, located at the Cedar Mountain Farm. The cows are pastured during the summer. Their milk is pasteurized. Going into Cobb Hill cheese and frozen yogurt and Cabot cheese. The Heartland Cattle Club does open barn days, goes to local fairs to educate the public. They've been showing cows since 2013 and Cedar Mountain Farm since 2008. Great group of young people with their cows. And of course, Stephen Stearns, the area clown extraordinaire, walking through the parade. One of the founders of New England Youth Theater.
And you can see him doing his thing with the kids right now.
Clowning around, as usual. Is that a red nose in your hand? Oh, my.
All right, and now we're back at it with the Windsor Wonders 4-H Club. that teaches kids all about dairy. They attend events throughout the year that are based around agriculture and their dairy product, like Quiz Bowl, cattle judging, show summit, etc. They keep record books on their goals and accomplishments. The kids' favorite part is, of course, the trip to the fair at the end of the year to show off all their efforts.
Now, I want you to know that leading a cow or a heifer is harder than it looks.
Oh, I know that they practice. They literally go out and practice this for weeks before coming here.
Now, the Cowtails 4-H of Mapleline Farm coming into view with their Jersey Rockers. Sounds like a Bruce Springsteen album.
Yep.
Started in 1904 by the Kulkowski family, and since 1980 it's been owned by John Kulkowski, the fourth generation to run the farm. In 1995, they started selling glass bottled milk from the farm. In 2004, a processing and bottling plant was built on the farm. Today, they process 100% of the milk made on the farm. Some of the kids strolling today represent the sixth generation of the Kulkowski family, the Cowtails 4-H of Mapleline Farm.
Now coming into view, Heritage Hands 4-H Club at Buck Hill Farm in Mass. It's their second year as a 4-H club and their second year participating in the Strolling of the Heifers Parade. The main focus of their club is heritage breed livestock. Heritage Hands 4-H Club teaches values of preserving heritage breed genetics along with sustainability for our future farmers.
Now, this is why you don't bring your dogs to a parade, because these cows and these heifers are skittish enough without having other animals interact with them. You look lovely, my dear.
I like them. I like it when they're vocal. There we go.
Oh, yes. You see, these heifers are outstanding in their field. Well, they will be later. And coming up next is the Pinnacle View 4-H Club of Walpole, New Hampshire. Based out of Walpole with 17 members ranging from 9 to 19, the 4-H Club has been going strong for 70 years. The members love to exhibit their cows at local events like Walpole Old Home Days, the Strolling of the Heifers, as well as showing them at local fairs. Today, all of our favorite Jersey, Holstein, Ayrshire, and Brown Swiss heifers for you to enjoy. The club would like to ask everybody to wish George Gowdy and his heifer Milky Way a happy birthday. Happy birthday! They both share the same birthday, but they're only a few years apart.
They both look good for their age.
Yes, they do. And as always in this parade, there are a few different units that decide not to come at the last minute.
All right, so that brings us to Hill and Valley 4-H Dairy Club. They've been around since the 1950s.
Well, so have I, but I'm not walking up Main Street right now.
I missed it by a few years. And they've got some beautiful animals that they're walking. One looks like it's getting walked.
And of course, you notice that they always bring their hay. You know, little hay also helps the cattle when they come up the street. So maybe we should put a cardboard sign up that says, "I work for hay."
That's a good idea.
And is that Wonder Woman?
Hey, I saw your movie last night.
Yeah, you really did a great job. And followed up close by future members of the Village People. Our next group of people involved are the top of the world 4-H club from Springbrook Farm, located in Reading, Vermont. The club started in 2011. They have 14 4-H members and 6 Pee Wee members. The Strolling is the heifers, the first event the kids bring their heifers to each year. This is their 6th year of participating. They're home to 50 registered milking jerseys and another 50 heifers and calves. Springbrook is also, I love this, home to Farm for City Kids, which brings inner-city kids to the farm for a week of on-farm educational opportunity. And Springbrook Farm uses its high-quality Jersey milk to make its award-winning Tarentaise cheese. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
As I was reading it, that's what I would have come up with. So, all right, we were right. We have confirmation.
Good. Because after all, you make a great product. Why shouldn't I pronounce it correctly?
And right behind them is Fox Hill Farm. Grass-fed beef at the edge of the Berkshires with British white and Murray gray cows. And it's never a parade until the unicycle appears.
In fact, I love the fact that some of the little kids provide their own sound effects. Up next, Our Family Farms, a co-op of 4 dairy farms in Western Mass that work together to offer consumers high-quality milk, preserving their way of life. Family Farms, founded in 1997, they're always committed to providing the best-tasting milk that's always RBST-free. The farmers graze their own cows on pasture seasonally, and the ladies are well-fueled on luscious green grass of home.
And right behind them, the Franklin County 4-H Club has educated generations of youth in not only the dairy industry, but service and community. Each year, members take part in many 4-H and youth competitions, as well as perform service projects right here in our community.
And I love some of these cow names. Reba, Jay, Fluff, Bailey. Can you imagine calling the cows home after a hard day at the pasture? Come on, Clarabelle. Bring it on home. And up next, coming into view, the Monadnock Mountaineers 4-H Club, based in the Jaffrey Ridge area of New Hampshire's scenic Monadnock region, providing youth an opportunity to participate in 4-H-related events, including but not limited to livestock, sewing, clover buds, robotics, and farm mechanics. The kids love to be parts of fairs and public events with their animals, and they especially love to stroll through the streets of Brattleboro. And they do have a couple of oxen, a couple of teams of oxen as part of their effort. Dancing to the music.
Impressive animals, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
All right, coming into view right now, the Putney School and Elmlea Farm. The Putney School is a co-educational boarding and day school for grades 9 through 12, founded in 1935 by Carmelita Hinton. They are a progressive school, and they value the idea that education is something to be actively pursued rather than passively received. When students learn by doing rather than being told, they develop confidence, a deeper understanding, and resolve. The students milk 35 cows at Putney and send whatever they don't use themselves to Agrimark. The school is pasteurized 200 gallons of milk every other Friday and use it in their own dining hall. In fact, the students do almost everything in the barn on their own. The Putney School has received awards from Agrimark, some 10 of the last 15 years. This means that milk quality is superb and ranks in the top 10% in terms of bacteria count, is that somatic cell count, and fat content.
Oh my! I think we've been invaded by clowns, or at least one clown.
It's a party
Peter
now.
Gould. And coming next into view, you've got to have the vet around. This is part of the critical mass of farms. Dr. Steve Major, DVM. We believe, by the way, he just became a grandfather. We believe veterinary medicine can make farms more sustainable, productive, and profitable. The goal is serving the large animal health needs of the Tri-County area, supporting the economic viability of the farm community, relieving animal suffering, and protecting quality and safety of the food products.
And this is the Strolling of the Rescue Gabby's livestock hauling rescue trailer.
In case there's a heifer that is recalcitrant, so they don't have to spend time learning how to say recalcitrant, they can just get in the trailer.
I have to say, I'm mildly impressed.
And look at this. The bands have arrived. The Dummerston and Guilford School Band. They've existed for 23 years. They have fun making music together, and they're entertaining you today with the theme from Pokemon. All right, I love Pokemon. You know, I didn't know Pokemon had a theme.
I'm just learning that myself. And coming up right behind them, The Gathering Place. They provide adult day and home care services to promote empowerment, independence, and quality of the TGP for elders, adults with disabilities, and caregivers. They are dedicated to fostering collaborative community partnerships. The Gathering Place is a non-profit organization that provides adult and home care in Windham County and surrounding communities and have done so for 30 years. The Gathering Place offers a safe, supportive, and stimulating environment for participants. Their programs help participants to reach the maintain their maximum mental and physical levels. The Gathering Place offers seniors and adults with disabilities to remain in the community with their families and friends. The Gathering Place also provides caregivers with information, respite care, and the ability to remain employed.
This is one of my favorite parts of the parade right here, the Cast and Brass Antique Machinery Club. People love to see these driving in the parade. I used to drive these on a side hill, which was tricky. And then they have brought 7 tractors this year, and they'll be pulling a hay wagon at the end. So check these things out. 1945 John Deere H. John Deere, of course, founded in Rutland, Vermont.
These are classic. Look at these things.
1949 John Deere H.
You know, it's something about the preservation of these tractors that really just let you know how the whole farming industry has evolved. But yet, how much it's actually just sort of stayed the same.
Oh my, I'm in love. It's a Farm All A. 41. Nice. Followed close at hand by a Farmall 560. And then beyond that, a Ford tractor.
Beauties, every single one of them.
1955 Ford PowerMaster Model 860. And an International 480. Look at this. We have a 1960 Ford Model 4000. You're very welcome.
And of course, a pig in a baby stroller.
And there comes the dairy godmother with some derriere.
There we go.
There you go, guys. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Moveless, as always.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope you have a full day full of glitter and glory.
Thank you.
Since 1894, the Kern-Hatton Homes for Children has helped thousands of at-risk children and their families by offering safe home and quality education in a nurturing environment. Kern-Hatton transforms the lives of children and their families forever. This is the New England Kern-Hatton Homes.
If you ever have a few free dollars, this is an organization and a cause that really could use it.
Doing a lot of important work.
Now, I saw this next float when I was at Grafton Village Cheese last night. It is utterly smooth Redex Industries returning to the stroll for the 14th year. They have creams and lotions deeply moisturizing, making your skin feel soft as an udder and smooth every day, every season. Developed by a pharmacist in America's Heartland, Utterly Smooth has been doing its job for nearly 40 years by 3 generations of the Kennedy family.
And that float has just become a staple here at the Strolling of the Heifers.
Imagine driving that cow down the interstate.
I imagine it creates a little bit of wind drag, but they get it here. Coming up the street now, it's the Westby Nursery. It's a nonprofit, parent cooperative preschool ages 3 to 5. It honors childhood by supporting diverse families and educating children in a play-based environment, emphasizing on exploration, creativity, and wonder. The curriculum is designed to provide developmentally appropriate opportunities for social and physical development, musical expression, number concepts, and pre-literacy skills. Westby was founded in 1966 and is a reflection of our community. WBNS received Strolling of the Heifers grants in 2006 and 2008. These funds allowed them to provide experiences for children to explore the riches of New England. The preschool still has connections to farms and farmers, and they grow their own vegetable and flowers, and they sugar and hatch their own chicks each year.
I want to remind you, you're watching live coverage of the 2017 Strolling of the Heifers Parade on Brattleboro Community TV Channel 8, BCTV, BrattleboroTV.org, Vermont PBS, and VermontPBS.org. Coming into view now, Miss Vermont and the outstanding team. Their mission is to provide scholarships to young women of Vermont while coaching leadership skills, mentoring in community service, enhancing unique talents, and developing their personal confidence, grace, and style. Erin Cotter is Miss Vermont 2017 from Bridport, Vermont. Jenna Lawrence is from St. Albans, Miss Vermont's outstanding teen. Congratulations.
And who's this making all that noise? Is that Grafton Village Cheese? Is that Grafton Village Cheese making all that noise? Well, the company was founded in 1892 by dairy farmers. In 1912, a fire destroyed the factory. The nonprofit Wyndham Foundation restored the company in the mid-1960s. As a part of the Wyndham Foundation, Grafton Village Cheese still works to provide Vermont rural communities.
Where there's a cheesemaker with the will, you'll find the way.
That is a new one.
You're right.
You warned me that you would have new ones, and there it is.
Well, I didn't want to let it curd. Just love the fact that this organization, Strolling of the Heifers, has gone through a couple of different generations of their organizers, and I'm just so happy that we have our next group, which has been developing over the past couple of years. It's called the Rich Earth Institute. Now, they engage in research, education, and technological innovation to to advance the use of human waste as a resource in order to conserve water, prevent pollution, and sustain soil fertility. Again, the Rich Earth Institute. And you can visit their booth at the Brattleboro Farmers Market or learn more at richearthinstitute.org.
And they have one of the few porta potties with a very short waiting line.
A lot of money is being spent to clean up Lake Champlain and other Vermont waterways, and this is a start to help make sure that we... You bet! You're number one instead of number two. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Coming up next, it's the Southeast Vermont Transit, SEVT, and its designated public transit and Medicaid provider for Windham and Southern Windsor counties. SEVT provides fixed route bus services, demand response van service for elderly or disabled, and brokers volunteer rides for medical appointments. Two divisions of SEVT provide service. The Mover is based in Wilmington and services the Deerfield Valley. The Current is based in Rockingham and serves 30 towns along the Connecticut and southern Vermont corridors. After the parade, the Mover will provide free shuttle service to the Slow Living Expo and Grafton Cheese.
Glad to know that the Mover's moving on up. And again, after the parade, there is a day-long Slow Living Expo, both on the Brattleboro Common and the Brattleboro Retreat Grounds. More activities tomorrow. You can find out the entire schedule at strollingoftheheifers.org. Coming into view right now, a staple at the end of Brattleboro's Main Street since 1885, Holstein Association Usa, the largest breed organization in the world with over 30,000 members who have a strong interest in breeding, raising, and milking Holstein cattle. The association maintains parentage, production, and ownership records for millions of Holstein registered animals. John Meyer is the current chief officer, of course. They have enjoyed being a cornerstone of the Brattleboro community for over 130 years. Right now, 120 are employed at the home office on South Main Street and Lower Main Street. They make up the Holstein team. Thank you for being part of Brattleboro. We're dancing to the music, can you tell?
The music.
Music.
And you can hear them coming up. Here they come. Those are the sounds of the Leland and Gray Rebels Samba Band. They've been rocking the streets here at the Stroll since 2007, playing this style of music.
It's got to take a lot of work to put this parade together, trying to make sure you don't have two bands back to back.
Right.
Right now, coming into view, big brother, big sister of Windham County. They've served since 1975 and work with over 70 mentor pairs. They've received expanded mentor services throughout the state of Vermont. Since 1904, their vision is for all children to exceed success in life, providing children facing adversity with strong, enduring, professionally supported one-to-one relationships that change their lives for the better forever. They've got a fever, dance fever, moving to mentoring. Their matches will hoof it in cow-themed costumes that reflect the organizational colors. Very nice.
And here they come, up Main Street, New England Center for the Circus Arts. They were founded to offer people of all ages and abilities the opportunity to experience the magical and captivating world of circus arts in a welcoming, safe environment. Recreational and professional students explore the charms and challenges of circus arts, celebrating the fun, diversity, fitness, and expression that is offered through juggling, trapeze, acrobatic, clowning, unicycling, and more. They are excited to share the intimate opening of their new circus trapezium for this summer of 2017. Camps and indoor flying trapeze, trampolining, and more. Open for registration now.
I don't think I've ever been that nimble.
Look at that. That's got to be tiring. That's a lot of effort right there.
Really is. Yeah, I saw one of those people last night on stilts. I said, you know what? You're awful tall. Do you eat that way to grow that way? It's
amazing how they can balance over those things, though.
Well, look at this. Coming into view now. New chapter of Brattleboro. As environmental stewards focused on human health, New Chapter works to increase accessibility to organic food, farming, and traditional herbal medicine. And as a certified B Corp, they endeavor to use their business resources to solve social and environmental problems in communities around the world where the ingredients come from, as well as locally right here in Vermont. Give it up for New Chapter! A great example of a hip corporation.
Oh, absolutely. Doing a lot of good work and spreading the love today. Following behind New Chapter, the Girl Scouts of the Green and White Mountains. They serve girls from both New Hampshire and Vermont. This year they are celebrating their 100th year of the Girl Scout cookie. Girl Scouting builds girls with courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place.
What I want to know, where are my Thin Mints, okay? I expected a box of Thin Mints. Oh, wow. Wine and you shall receive. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll work for Girl Scout cookies. Look at this. The neighborhood schoolhouse has come our way. A small independent school inspiring a lifelong love of learning through the emphasis on arts, environmental education, social, economical, emotional skills since 1980. They're represented by a flock of funky chickens, a local alternative elementary and nursery school. These children will go out into the world with deep roots and expansive minds. Thank you, Neighborhood Schoolhouse. Oh, are you all of you free range?
And here they come. The Music Hall, better known as the Yellow Barn, an international center for chamber music, encourages discovery in the studio, classroom, and concert hall, explores craft of musical interpretation, and illuminates our world through the unique experience of music. Through its annual summer educational programs, the Yellow Barn Music Hall appearances, and go out to do artistic residence and music from the Yellow Barn performances. Each year, the Yellow Barn welcomes over 100 musicians from all over the world to Vermont and reaches thousands of listeners from the local community and across the nation.
And up next, the Grammar School, founded in 1960. They're an independent preschool through 8th grade school in Putney. They focus on experiential education and life in the outdoors. Love your ears. The Grammar School.
Coming up behind the Grammar School, since 1971, the Northeast Organic Farm Association has served as a voice for organic production for commercial producers, homesteaders, and gardeners. They work to support local organic farmers and gardeners, make healthy food more accessible to all Vermonters, and build strong agricultural-based communities.
You know what? I can hear music. That's who it is. Coming up next, the Brattleboro Area Middle School Band. 70 student musicians from around the Stroll's hometown. They play at community events as a concert band, but this is their annual marching venue. They're playing a fun, danceable marching arrangement. They have between 60 and 70 students marching in 12 to 13 rows with a banner and drum major up front. They're from Brattleboro, Guilford, Vernon, Dover, and beyond. Dancing to the music is what they do at BAMS.
They sound good.
That they do.
The Brattleboro Cub Scout Pack 447. 100 plus year history in youth development for boys and young men. They have a quarter-size Pinewood Derby car, which the boys will be pulling. They also will have a vehicle pulling a mock scout campsite. Is there a papier-mâché moose out there?
I don't
the boys
see
will
no
have
moose.
the honor guard with them, as well as the American flag, their pack flag.
Love the uniform and all of the activity badges.
The Brattleboro Cub Scout Pack 447.
You notice the way this works? I get all the food venues.
Yeah. Good for you.
Well, see, I can smell a free meal within 100 miles. Coming into view now, the Brattleboro Food Co-op, one of Vermont's longest-running food co-ops. They were formed in 1975 as a small buying club. Today, the co-op is a 14,580 square foot natural food market and deli on the ground floor of a four-story building that includes co-op offices, commissary kitchen, cooking classroom, and 24 apartments. The current store opened in July of 2012. The Brattleboro Food Co-op is community-owned, over 6,000 active shareholders. Their goal is to be accessible and responsible. They have over 450 vendors and millions of dollars in local sales. And yes, they brought them back. By demand, the Precision Shopping Cart team, dancing, singing, marching, and having a great time marching through the Stroll, the Brattleboro Food Co-op.
Now, my wife and I went and grabbed something to eat last night. We saw these guys practicing in the parking lot. So we know that they were ready for game day.
Now, they won't let us do that in the store. You can't ride on the shopping cart as it goes down the
They
aisle.
discourage you. One might say it's
No
prohibited.
fun.
And right behind the Brattleboro Food Co-op, another fine place to eat here in town, the Marina Restaurant. Waterside restaurant serving great burgers and seafood. And again, that's where our breakfast will be had on Sunday morning from 9 until 1.
You know, they pulled this float together at the last minute because several of their crew members weren't able to pull it together. But check it out. Relaxed dining in those Adirondack chairs. Kate and her gang just really are tops. The Marina Restaurant.
Kate, you should have left Amos at home.
Plenty of parade left, so don't move a muscle. Or maybe you can stretch while you're watching the parade. While you're stretching, get ready for the Brattleboro swim team. As many as 80 swimmers swimming at Memorial Park Pool in Brattleboro, a competitive swim team that practices only in the summer. 8 meets around the region. The team is a great way for kids to get in shape and meet others. The swim team is walking as a group, and their costumes reflect swimming and community with music and dancing. The Brattleboro swim team ruling the pool.
The Guilford Community Church is celebrating their 250th anniversary this year and has been an institution in the community, supporting agricultural families and being a part of Guilford since 1767. Led by Peter and Mary Alice Amadon, Tony Barron, Andy Davis, and Patty Myers, the music program at the Guilford Community Church is widely known for its choir and its involvement in the community. The church is committed to upholding diversity, supporting movements such as the Green Belt movement in Africa, who visited the church and even planted a tree there. The church does a lot of work with the Brattleboro Interfaith Group and regularly visits the Lokata Sioux in South Dakota and assists with an orphanage in Kenya, East Africa. And its Congregationalist church and has had a recently won an award for its efforts to promote diversity in the community and within the congregation. It has a long history in Guilford and is celebrating its 250th anniversary. Congratulations.
None of them look a day over 65. And coming next into view, if I were to say the initials NEYT, what would that mean?
I would go with New England Youth Theater.
Their mission statement: educate the heart, mind, body, and voices of all youth of all ability throughout the dramatic arts. Founded in 1998 by Stephen Stearns, led by Executive Director Hallie Flower, they offer an acting training program for young people ages 6 through 19 with a combination of classroom and performance work for both beginning and advanced students. Some 20 productions a year from the New England Youth Theater.
Coming up behind them, it's Edward Jones. They've been a trusted financial advisory firm in our community for 23 years. Phil, Anna, Joe, Nick, Dave, and Josh, as well as their staff, all strive to help you meet your retirement, education, and financial goals. Their community values have been reflected in the work that they have been doing in their investors' best interest first. But I got a Facebook message from Anna that said that they would be making the debut of their Edward James float. This year is the Moolah.
Ah.
There she is, Moolah. The Edward Jones cash cow.
Now, are those legal currency?
That's a solid question.
I mean, I had to ask. I'll pick up a penny on the ground. They're cash cows, they're nest eggs. All kinds of great financial jokes there. And now coming into view is Brattleboro West Arts, founded in 2009 by neighbors who recognize the vibrant creative community that exists in the watershed of the Whetstone west of downtown Brattleboro. 36 professional artists and craftspeople gather socially each month to share a meal and explore ways to enrich the arts in southeast Vermont. They've become a fixture of our community's vibrant art scene. Their members are sharing a positive message about the community because it has everybody. Art connects us, the 5x8 tapestry of the American flag. Each section transformed into its own work by a BWA artist, intentionally creating the piece in a positive light that says we need each other to be a success. Brattleboro West Arts.
Coming into view. And it's not a parade until the burger shows up. This is the Vermont and South Dakota Beef Councils. They represent proud cattle farmers and ranchers from the eastern to western parts of the U.S. Stop by the booth for a sample of the highest quality and safest beef protein in the world. Beef, it's what's for dinner, and dance to the music.
How about a burger?
I'm hungry now. I am hungry now.
Well, look at this. The cornerstone of Brattleboro, the Brattleboro Union High School Marching Band, participating in all of the first heifer strolls. Glad to be here again. They were part of the Vermont All-State Parade here in Brattleboro. They were part of the 2009 inaugural parade for President Obama. The 55-member band, led by drum majors Hannah Curtis and Elijah Taylor, providing music. Maybe they'll even do slides, dance to the music. That would be great. All dressed in agricultural garb. Dance to the music with the Brattleboro Union High School Marching Band.
And following the Brattleboro Union High School Band, Beata Home Health Care, a comprehensive home health care agency. Beata's expert team of nurses, therapists, and home health aides and medical social workers provide quality care to people of every age and stage of life. And they're all dressed like vegetables and delicious things.
Where's the rutabaga? Now coming into view, an organization that just continues to excel, the Boys and Girls Club of Brattleboro, existing since 1999. Between their two sites, they served over 11,000 members and 3,000 non-member youth last year. They have a cow-type float and a connection to the theme. Just outstanding young men and women. The Boys and Girls Club of Brattleboro. Thank you.
Their executive director, Ricky Davis. Hey, Ricky.
A lot of these floats give out candy along, but as you see,
hey.
I cannot be bribed.
Now coming in front of our reviewing stand, Food Connects. It's an entrepreneurial nonprofit that delivers locally produced food as well as educational and consulting services aimed at transforming local food systems. Based right here in Vermont, in Brattleboro, Food Concept focuses its efforts on local community while participating in statewide and regional collaborations and networks. Their main educational program is Farm to School, which supports over 30 schools to increase local food purchasing, school meal participation, food, farm, and nutritional education. Staff, volunteers, and board members are marching today. Give it up for Food Connects.
One of the things that the Brattleboro area is known for throughout its history, activism at all age levels. In fact, this next group is a group of students from the Putney School marching in solidarity with migrant workers in the dairy industry who sustain the Vermont dairy farms and our economy. They want workers to have the voice and power they deserve to speak up for their human rights. There are more than 1,500 migrant workers in the Vermont dairy industry in all of our communities. They live in constant fear of deportation. These students have come out to say, we want to change that. Thank you for putting yourself out there.
This is where it starts, right here. This is the most patriotic thing you can do.
And believe it or not, that's even a wire cow.
All right, I'll choose to believe it since I'm looking at it. And I think it's all part of Brat Rock, the Brattleboro Youth Rock and Roll Festival. It provides education, performance opportunities for youth musicians from around the region. Their first event was held last year and was a huge success, featuring 14 youth bands on 2 stages at 118 Elliott Street. This year's Brat Rock will be held on September 23rd, so come on out and support the amazing young musicians' talents from all over the community. The Brat Rock Stroll is a truck, and you can hear them playing their music right there.
By the way, I was told that the cow was part of the Milk with Dignity that
Oh, okay.
the Putney School students were involved with.
All right, sorry. Here they come, Brat Rock. It's another one of these organizations that really embodies what Brattleboro is all about.
More cowbell. Brattleboro is also home to a good deal of educational innovation, including the Inspire School for Autism, offering educational and vocational training, maximizing potential for adolescents and young adults with autism to lead a satisfying, self-sustained life in connection with their communities. Tailoring individual programs for each and every student in the hopes of maximizing potential. Inspire for Autism, thank you for being part of the Stroll.
WVEW, Brattleboro Community Radio. Non-commercial, all-access community radio station serving the greater Brattleboro area. Brattleboro Community Radio is Brattleboro's own independent, non-commercial 100-watt community radio station, completely staffed and run by volunteers. WVEW depends on year-round contributions by generous listeners and supporters. WVEW is a community radio station, so they are all about dancing to the music. The crew will boogie down the street, as we just saw.
Hearing a lot of great dance music today.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
My feet are actually moving right now, or moving. M-O-O-V-I-N-G. And this is Nina Paper, a multinational premium paper company with over $1 billion in annual revenue, headquartered in Alpharetta, Georgia, with manufacturing, distribution, and service centers in Michigan, Wisconsin, New England, Great Britain, and Germany. Founded in 1961, this Brattleboro company employs 100 workers, manufactures packaging paper for Jack Daniels, Samsung, Men's Warehouse, and others. Oh yes, we could use some cowbell over here too. Now I have my very own cowbell.
There you go. Your day is complete.
I can hang it around my neck and people can hear me coming.
We won't lose you in the crowd. Here is a group of returned Peace Corps volunteers based in southern Vermont, southwestern New Hampshire, marching together in the parade, each carrying a flag from the country where they served in the Peace Corps. They have done this in other parades to bring attention to the Peace Corps' mission. They are a colorful addition to the parade, marching with flags and some marchers wearing the traditional dress of the countries where they served. Give it up for the returned Peace Corps volunteers.
Did you know that Vermont leads the nation in the percentage of Peace Corps volunteers that have served? Incredible groups of people we have here in our state.
I served when I was 72, and today's my 81st birthday.
Oh my.
Wow.
Serving in the Peace Corps keeps you young and healthy.
You could actually serve when you are of a tender year, like this young lady who stopped by our booth to say she served when she was 71. Oh, ma'am, I really applaud you.
82 today? 81 today.
There you are. Now, how about this? One of our next floats, in fact, the next group of young people, Green Mountain Camp for Girls, started 100 years ago, an old-fashioned summer camp for girls of our backgrounds, of all backgrounds. 30 campers and counselors with banners marching, along with live music of banjos and ukuleles, singing traditional camp songs, celebrating their centennial Green Mountain Camp for Girls. Thank you, Billy Slade, Camp Director.
And pulling up to our reviewing stands right now, Whetstone Ledges Farm Stand. It's run by Gail and Dan MacArthur of Marlborough. They grow raspberries, blueberries, and all sorts of vegetables and make maple syrup, all of which is sold at the farm stand on MacArthur Road in Marlborough.
In fact, their mother, Margaret MacArthur, was one of Vermont's favorite folk singers. In fact, I had the chance to interview Margaret. I loved it. I still have the tape somewhere. Thank you, guys. Oh, my.
The udder cart? That's the udder cart.
Oh, okay.
All right. Cowbell, thank you, all decked out.
Beautiful. Our next group of people was started off as the Thompson School for Practical Nursing in Brattleboro, and they split off to become affiliated with Vermont Technical College, part of the Vermont State College system. In Brattleboro, they have a nursing simulator right here. Over 1,500 students pursue 54 certificates of associate, bachelor's, or master's degrees in the Vermont State College system, 6 varsity sports teams, 50 student clubs and organizations, students from 22 countries, and even their own ski hill. So whenever you want a nurse, just holler Vermont Technical College.
The Sunrise Farm Float with the strolling of the Heifer's favorite musicians, Alan Greenleaf, and the doctor who has been at every parade since day one, and now welcome you all to dance along behind them to the Slow Living Expo Festival. Alan Greenleaf is the composer of the original Stroll theme song, The Heifers are coming to town.
This is our parade. We thank you for watching. Thank you for watching either in person on Brattleboro Community TV, BrattleboroTV.org, Vermont PBS, and VermontPBS.org. There's plenty of Heifer Weekend left to go, including the Slow Living Festival today, farm tours, farmers breakfast, and Tour Day Heifer tomorrow. For everybody watching, both here in 4 states, in Canada, even on the Alaskan pipeline, you never know.
You never know. It's on the net. Tim Johnson, once again, a pleasure to work with you.
Pete Case, again, a pleasure to work with a man they know as fish.
All right. And there you go. The 16th Strolling of the Heifers are in the books.
Thank you for watching. Do yourself a favor. Thank the farmers that made your food. Bye-bye, everybody.
Take care.